Oh, bong bong.
Bong bong. We back.
Last second. Welcome everybody to 2023 AD. Welcome to the future, everybody. Bong bong.
We're here.
This is
First
it.
Bodycast of the year.
Let's go. Oof, I like that. Very fire. Um, Welcome to the Bodycast. It's the official podcast for the subreddit r/rap battles. My name is Copacetic. With me today,
Pathogenic.
Bang Bang, the best in the world. Um, you know, r/rap battles is, of course, the largest online forum for the international culture of battle rap. You can find us on Reddit, Twitter, Instagram, and the official Discord server in the links below. It's the only place for fans to go for battle rap news from around the globe. And I skipped over it earlier, but um, Pathogenic and myself, if you aren't aware, just absolutely. I think I think that the words used are international superstars.
Yeah.
Yeah, like how convinced he was.
One of I mean one of us has an international award. Um, so that gives credit to both of us being international superstars.
Legitimacy. There is a lot of it here, obviously, with our history and experience, both inside the ring and out. And that's what we bring to you, the viewers, because you expect it. If you're watching the Bodycast, if you're here with us doing the community cheers, being a part of this thing we have, Cosa Nostra, it's it's because you expect the highest quality commentary and content and insight, the things that we know that other people don't know.
Yeah, no, Sythe that's in.
Sight in, whoa, bars. Like you're gonna get that the whole way through the show. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, and you expect it because you are fans of the Bodycast. Really the best human beings. When it comes to the battle rap culture, hear a lot of talk about, oh, this culture, there's people in the culture, blah blah blah. No, I push back. I see people in the culture are great, especially people who watch the Bodycast. Those are the top level people.
The upper echelon, some might say.
Highest echelon. You don't hear things about fans of the Bodycast. Oh, fans of the Bodycast this. Oh, fans of the Bodycast that. No, you hear things like, oh, fans of the Bodycast helped this old woman cross the street the other day. Oh yeah, you hear that fans of the Bodycast donated $1 million to a children's hospital. Oh yeah. This is the kind of things.
Yeah. It's just the common things that fans of the Bodycast do.
Facts. Because we're all here. That's what we're doing. And if you would like to take this experience to its highest, to its peak intensity, I don't know.
I'm not sure if intensity.
That's what this show is: white knuckle death ride of intensity.
Yep. Just you wait. I'm gonna
Oh
punch
my
a hole
god!
in my wall soon.
Oh my god! He's gonna Kyle it up.
That's how intense it's about to get.
Man, it will get stupid in here if you do not grab your drink and join us now for the community cheers. Cheers. Oh, a little buble, little sugar free.
Yeah.
Buble, it's a refreshing drink with a hint of flavor. If you like only hints of flavor, please sponsor our podcast.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, Michael, shoot us that sponsorship.
Fire, let's do it. And stop beating your wife.
It's
Stop
the
it.
it's the Buble cast.
Oh, fuck.
That's a double because he beat his wife.
Yikes. This is going to be the best show. It's already the best show, let's be real. But this will be the best show about battle rap that you watch in your entire life and experience. And I mean, let's just kick it off. It's Sunday, the Lord's Day. This is not working. And you know what that means? Fucking battle rap. Holy shit, these shits are fucked up now. There's battles dropping. Why does everybody decide to release their battles? You know what it is, as I've noticed, is they see Battle of the Week, the thread go up, and then somebody's on Reddit and they're like, "Oh shit, Battle of the Week dropped! Quick! Do we have something?" And ARP's like, "Oh, let's drop 40 bars." Well, okay, okay, we got nominated. Oh, thank God.
Yeah,
It just scrambled.
yeah.
But it's the power of the Battle of the Week. Battle of the Week nominees. You get nominated, you win. Who knows? It's bated breath. Everybody is holding their breath batedly. Please help me.
I don't know how to help you here, man. Yeah, it seems like you might be on your own with this one.
I'm new to
Keep them
glasses.
crooked because
so
that kind of suits what's happening a little better.
I'm new to being Four Eyes.
I will say there was a ton of battles that did drop. That's
For real.
That's for sure.
We might like. I mean, this didn't happen, but if we hadn't planned a show, we might just be able to riff off of like the battles that have been dropped and the announcements that have been made.
100%.
Totally could do that if we hadn't already planned meticulously.
A very sophisticated podcast
really,
that we were going to put out. So, battle that you want to talk about?
Let's start with the untied states of America.
Sounds good to me.
Yes, this is the one place where gun bars actually work because you're allowed to own guns.
Are you not allowed to own guns anywhere else?
Anywhere else except in Canada, but they only let you have like these tiny little rifles that you're supposed to shoot birds with, like beavers or something like that. I don't know what the laws are in Canada. I don't know what the gun laws are in Canada. I assume it's like a Derringer. Ah, there you are.
Only guns that are made before 1900s are
right. You're under arrest, buddy. And then in the UK, obviously, no guns. They beat people up. And then in Australia, no guns. They beat people up, or they subject them to the wild animals therein.
Dangerous enough.
And then Africa, I don't know what the laws are in Africa. I assume there's different laws per country.
Probably.
Sometimes that's how it goes.
So, America. What did we want to talk about first? Did we want to talk about an announcement, or did we want to talk about a battle that happened?
Right, announcements. Bunch of announcements. Damn, America, keep it in your pants. Hey, pup.
Finn.
The puppy cast.
Hi, Huckleberry. You're not usually.
Guest cameo. Special guest cameo. Adorable.
He's not normally the one that comes and visits.
That's cute, though. He can break down the battles.
Go lay down.
And we will start with Rare Breed Entertainment. Speaking of ARP, this is the question that nobody asked in the AMA, which just drives me crazy. How nobody could ask this. Is it that everybody knows and I am an idiot? Again? What does ARP stand for?
Oh, a real problem for you.
Oh, you know, okay. So it's everybody knows.
No, I have no clue what it is.
Oh, you don't? Okay. It's like a regular person.
I mean, hey, could just be his initials.
Aaron Robert Paulson. His name was Aaron Robert Paulson. I don't know. We'd love to know at some point. We'd love to find out if anybody has, or if it's just mystery. Maybe it's just one of those battle rap mysteries that will never be solved.
Could
ARP.
be. You know, the thing about those 3-letter named people in the battle rap culture. So
yes,
you never know what it's going to be about.
That's right. All those 3-letter named people in the battle rap culture. Yeah. My mind's just going, who are we talking about now? I check myself. No, more than 3 letters. I check people that I know or have beef with currently. No. I don't know.
Basically, it's a roundabout way of me telling XQZ to shut up.
XQZ is the XQZ one. Right. Yes. Right. People with 3. What are they hiding? What does XQZ stand for? Right? Is his real name Xavier?
Excuse. That's what it stands for. Because he used to excuse himself when he was asked to rap.
Oh shit!
I don't know. Sounded like some nerd shit.
Sounds like some nerd shit. Speaking from the 4 Eyes side of the room, sounds like some nerd shit. That sounds like a good angle to expose him on. if ever you two should meet.
I guess we'll see.
We shall see.
We're just going to talk shit for the rest of time.
Time will tell. That'd be cool. Let's have him on the show. That'll be fun.
Get him on right now. Somebody send him a message and say get on the show. I'll tell him to shut up, and then we can kick him off.
Where's this, All
right. Let's talk about a big announcement.
Right. ARP said, "Hey, listen, guys, enough of this lollygagging." Says, pause. Hollow to Dawn versus Ill Will. Is that even right? Okay, good. Thank you. Hollow to Dawn versus Ill Will. So, first of all, huge announcement. Congratulations, RBE, ARP. But I think this opens up the conversation to where I really wanted to talk about. Was how open Battlerap is in America. That you can have Hollow versus Ill Will on RBE, super dope. Chrome 23, big announcement as well. But it just feels like what we've been talking about, especially this year, about how the URL has their metal iron grip on the neck of Battlerap and the culture. And definitely they are leading the culture with American Battlerap. But it's so open now that I feel like there's good battles, top tier battles happening on every platform, happening on a bunch of different platforms that are URL.
That's the kind of tough thing about it, because I remember a time where it felt like battlers went everywhere, all over any league, right? RBE had Calico and Ill Will at one point, however many years ago, not that long ago. But then after that, it felt like URL kind of put the X-nay on their talent going anywhere. And then the stuff came out about them trying to block battles from happening.
Right.
And so it felt like that iron grip. That's when it started. And then it just started to get tighter and tighter and tighter as the caffeine deal happened. And we've talked extensively about it over the last year, about how it seems like guys are wanting to have that freedom that they used to again, where, this is technically a job and they should be able to go and bring their services to other leagues if they're being paid for it. And so it seems like now that it's starting to open back up again, might be because URL is starting to not loosen their iron grip, but lose it. There's a difference between loose and lose for anyone who's trying to spell those words, because it lands. Please spell it properly.
You're going to get a little geography here. You're going to get a little spelling. It's a very well-rounded show.
Yep.
But I hear exactly what you're saying. It was a choice before to collaborate, and now that choice is being taken from them.
Yeah, and so the Hollow Ill Will, it sort of surprised me. I thought that it was very well done of ARP to release 40 bars in Ill Will, because at the end of Ill Will's third, he says that he calls out Hollow. So anyone that's watching that watched the premiere, they're like, oh, that might be something that gets set up in the future. And then they drop the announcment an hour, or between then and the hour after. So I thought that was very well planned. But do you expect anything less with ARP? It's one of those things. But it was interesting to see, because Hollow sort of started picking things up from a lot of people's perspectives on URL, right? He had a lot of performances that people were kind of meh about. And then he had a great one against Averb. And so it seemed like he was kind of on the way back. And he hasn't battled since then. And now he's on RBE. And so if I was a betting man, I'd say that the URL staff is not very happy with Hollow just getting back into the swing of things where people want to see him, and him being like, and I'm going to take that over to RBE.
I'm taking my talents to Florida. Wherever. I don't remember.
South Beach.
Same thing. I don't watch back.
Miami is in Florida, so you're not wrong. It does still.
I don't know. What? Okay. Anyways. Watch real sport, like curling and cricket.
You need to relax. You're getting a little too intense. You're going to punch your wall.
Bomb. Yeah, it's really, yeah. I mean, totally hear what you're saying. URL is like, hey, we brought you back, and you used us to warm up, and now you're out there getting paid. It's like, that's kind of the role of the big league. Like when you're the number one guy, you have a role to play, and you get certain privileges. Like you can block battles. Not you can, but like you can really. I mean, but
This
yeah,
is one of those situations. I think it's one of those things that was always going to end up happening to the URL because they don't develop talent fast enough. And so what you end up having is guys like K-Shine, which I'm sure we're going to end up talking about at some point here, who've
mhm,
battled tons of the big names, of the URL names already. And so his only options are starting to become the up and coming guys. There aren't a lot of matches that he hasn't done already once. And so with URL not allowing battlers to battle on
right,
their platform, some of those matches are ones that he might want to do that he has to go elsewhere to be able to do. And so they're going to block him from doing that. And it puts him in a sticky situation.
yeah,
So the thing is, you either have to develop talent faster, which it seems like lately they have been, with the newest Crucible class, like Hansel and Foots and Ease, and they're putting them in those big marquee events, and people are getting excited to see them. That just needs to happen so that a battle like Foots and K-Shine makes sense for both of them. That therefore he wants to do that over, say, K-Shine versus Mac Myron on
right,
RBE,
right,
right? Like, because that's one that would be a fantastic battle that a lot of people would want to see.
yeah,
But
yeah,
Smack's not going to have Mac Myron on URL for that
right,
to happen.
exactly,
So
yeah.
Hitman versus Eazy is also a very interesting.
Good segue.
It's also a very interesting battle. That's
In the
been
exact
announced.
same way. Yeah,
Yeah. Um, and when I've heard a lot of things as of that lately that there's actively them trying to block it at
right.
URL. That's something that's actually happening because this one that was just announced today, nobody's heard anything about that on what's being happening behind the scenes about it. URL might not even have known about it.
Right.
And now they might be trying to block it. But with Hitman and Eazy over this last little bit, it definitely there's been talks that they're trying to just block that battle completely.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that's one that does that make sense to you? Them wanting to block that battle?
It's so it's a question of, it's not a black and white issue. And I think that's the real thing is that when you're in charge, when you're this is gonna sound like I'm team URL, but I'm not. But like you have a responsibility to lead the culture, like you said, to develop, to collaborate, to work with people, and because you are in charge of these battlers' careers, it's kind of like, at this stage in Battlerap, it's kind of like, hey, we're the promoters and we create the event, but also we're managing your brand. Lex Luthor is somebody who does that really well with his iBattle talent. Like he's taking care of all of the battlers to make sure they're managing their brand. And if, um, Eazy, who's done a bunch of work with us, really built his name on our platform. If he wants to go off brand to a platform that's maybe not going to get as many views, or I don't know what the views situation is like with Chrome 23, but like it's not going to have our branding next to it. It's like this. It's like you've invested so much into them. It becomes a question of, can we really afford to let this battle happen off our platform, and how much would it cost to intervene? I think those are all legitimate conversations, and they sound sleazy and slimy and gross because why can't you just let anybody rock? But like the truth is, at some level, you can't. You can't. You're the fucking bully, and if you don't use your status as the number one guy to bully people occasionally for their own good,
Mm-hmm.
then you're gonna lose it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe we're seeing that. Fuck, I have no idea.
It's just a funny. it's a funny situation. It's also funny because when it comes to a battle happening, there are two parties involved, right? This is both Easy's decision and Hitman's decision.
I don't trust battlers with making decisions for themselves. I don't trust them at all. I mean, yes, you're right, but also battlers are the dumbest people I've worked with. Sorry, no, I'm sorry. Well, how do I put this? I was a
I'm
promoter.
supposed to have the Warpath segments here, bro.
Gotta get that. We gotta get on that. Those animations are gonna be fire. But like speaking as a promoter, you could have a. I've had so many sit down, earnest conversations, eye to eye, with incredible, talented battlers who just make bad business decisions, or make bad decisions for their brand, or they do shit that's gonna both exhaust them and not build their fan base and not get them where they want to go. And it's like, at what point do you say, hey, listen, you're just the talent, leave that to someone else?
And so
sorry,
let me step in from a battler perspective here, because it's good to have both sides of this. And if I'm in Easy's shoes here in this situation, so on a smaller scale, a guy like me, when I'm just coming up and I've built my brand, and now I'm that guy that a lot of people want to see, and I'm on smaller leagues, and the smaller league says, hey, we want to invest in a bigger name and have you battle that bigger name on our small league. Or if I have another league that says, that's also small, that says, hey, we're going to give you a big opponent on our small league. And I look at that and say, okay, well, that doesn't make sense for me necessarily, or maybe it does make sense because this is my only opportunity to battle said big name, and so I'm going to go do that. In Eazy situation here, I've read that Hitman doesn't want to battle on URL anymore. His last one was against Twork, which was on however many Summer Madnesses ago, and he's battled on RBE since then a handful of times. And so Eazy, being at the stage that he's at, he might look at that and say, well, this is a battle that I want. This has nothing to do with my brand or anything like that. I'm getting an opportunity to battle one of the greatest in the culture, who only steps outside every so often because he doesn't have to battle. And I'm being offered that on Chrome 23, which in comparison to URL is a smaller league. Yes, but is it a small league?
right?
This is by no means a small event.
Yeah.
I don't know if the mock-up is Cassidy and Freeway for real happening on this one. That was a fake, right?
No, that was fake.
Thank God. But at the same point in time, like this is a huge card, and this is a great opponent for him. Yeah. And so he might be listing in and taking this as a way of saying, like, it's not about the money. This is an opportunity for me to knock something off of my Battlerap bucket list.
Yeah.
And if I got to sacrifice some money for that, then it is what it is. And if I got to better, from his perspective, better to take that battle than not ever get to battle Hitman because he doesn't want to come to URL.
Facts. No, you're totally right. That's bang on. I think that, when you're talking about the artist's perspective and what they want to do, that is primarily. And that's this situation specifically. I can see, take the battle that you're not going to get on URL. 1,000%.
Yeah, and it's also one of those things where when managers have the same thing when they're dealing with talent, let alone the leagues themselves. But at what point does the league controlling what the artist does sour the reputation that you and the artist have, so that now Eazy doesn't want to battle back on URL? This is kind of what it seems like has happened with K-Shine.
Yeah.
Where URL has stepped in one too many times and won't let him go battle elsewhere. And now he's at the point where he's saying, look, he's putting out long-winded videos of him saying, this is what's happening. I don't want any part of it anymore. And so it's kind of the gamble that you take, I guess, as the number one.
I think I mean, like, there's pros and cons. There's, you want to keep from alienating your talent, definitely. and it's almost impossible, like, to play devil's advocate for the league because everybody sees the league as, this monolithic, evil, profit-driven corporation that's just trying to, expose the artists. And I think that that's a caricature that's not very relevant. I really feel like, when you look behind the scenes, you're seeing Beasley and you're seeing everybody, and they're like working really hard to help create the platform that will build these people into artists where they can survive off of their art. And it's like the most altruistic, good for humanity shit that you can do and be worried about. But definitely, nobody's navigated this well. Like, in the history of Battlerap, we haven't seen a company. I think maybe King of the Dot is, maybe I'm biased, but Organic seems to have good relationships with everybody. Organic also says, like, hey, if you want to go out, do a URL battle, that's great. If you want to go out and do another battle on another platform, totally cool. Come back and rock with us next time we do a thing. Like, just as long as the lines of communication are open. But they're not number one, so they don't know what the pressure is. That's a different thing too. When you're number one, it's a totally different pressure. You've got $82 million from Drake. Slightly changes the situation.
Yeah, I mean, it's very interesting to watch. And you know what? This is the other thing too, is I've been wrong on it multiple times on the show. We've talked about how, there was a period where Nitty was like, I'm not battling over there. And then the next week, Nitty versus Bill Collector happens on Traffic. And,
right.
And so and Nitty versus Fonz ends up happening not too long ago as well. And so you never really know, but it does seem like there is some sort of friction between the artists on URL, the older artists on URL, right? The already formed stars, and the decision making. It's not that they have friction with the actual, like, we're not talking Beasley and Smack and those guys, but the decisions that they're coming up with is probably what the issues is centered around.
Yeah, I mean, people have different priorities, and this is what it always is. It's never going to be smooth sailing because they have different perspectives on what the right thing is to do, and I don't think there's anybody who's in the wrong here. I think probably the line is throwing money at battlers to block their battles. I think that's probably, if I had to cross a line, if we were talking about crossing a line, I'd say that's probably. Just now you're in evil territory. You're okay if you're running a good business. Now you're just trying to fuck people because it fucks with your shit.
Like the way that I would look at it would be, let's say you have your talent, and your talent has made a decision outside of consulting you about it to go on to said other league or platform. The goal isn't to block that battle from happening. It's to reprimand said artist when they come back, right? Let's say Eazy goes out and battles Hitman on this other league. It's like, yeah, okay, that's fine. But when you come back, you got to battle one of the rookies.
Yeah, like you have a momentum on our platform. I think we did that with KOTD and GZ too. It's like, if you have a momentum on our platform, we're going to promote your momentum. We're definitely going to build behind your momentum. And if you do one battle for us and fuck off to a bunch of different other leagues, then you don't have that momentum with our audience, and there's no incentive for us to get behind you.
Yep.
But yeah, it's like you said, it's very interesting. We'll see how it unfolds. America, right? Go figure. They had a number of drops this week for Battle of the Week. I don't know how many of these you saw, but I don't know where do we start. Fucking Chrome 23 dropped Bonnie Godiva versus Caution. I don't know if you saw that.
Yes.
It
was it was okay.
Yeah.
I have a hard time cheering for Bonnie. But
yeah, I thought Caution's dope. She feels different. Feels like, she's not super punch heavy. She seems like more storytelling, and great performance. So I thought that was cool. What else? Bill Collector versus Rosenberg Raw dropped. And what a, like hyped up battle this was, only for us to be fucking destroyed by the audio.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Terrible.
I hate that.
Yep.
Because that's not a hard problem to fix. And, Battle Academy has been doing a lot in terms of promo and building this up. And that's all anybody can talk about is how difficult it is to hear shit. So
yeah,
that's too bad. Yikes. No Coast dropped a couple of battles, GS versus Funeral, and friend of the show, XQZ, enemy of the show, XQZ versus Mo Menace. Go check them out. Takeover Battle League, which is Chilla's league in New England. They had 40 bars. She had fucking 3 battles drop this week. Crazy.
good for her.
Good for her. Fuck
Welcome
yeah.
back.
Let's go. And Spit That Heat. Clone versus Excel. Did you watch Clone versus Excel?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. Sorry, go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say I thought it was great.
Yeah, it's cool to see these guys who are like, I don't know, I don't see them as KOTD guys, but they made a bunch of waves on KOTD during the Grand Prix and the season. I thought they both did really well. I think did they both make the playoffs, or Excel might have just barely.
I think Excel was just on the outside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very competitive. His division, New York. Yeah, great battle from both of them. Great back and forth. What you would expect, Clone with the haymakers, Excel with the complex layered writing that builds so well. I thought, oh man, the shit he was saying about you just got your stripes, I'm decorated. Like, oh man,
Yeah,
he's fucking rapping at him.
it was fabulous.
Yeah, you liked it. Absolutely fabulous.
It was a superb battle that I enjoyed.
What else we had? I think that's it from America. And then Ill Will versus 40 Bars, which was dropped by RBE, which was really good. Holy shit, lived up to the hype.
Yeah.
Super impressive. I thought Ill Will is electric.
Yep.
He's saying the coolest shit, and it's the funniest shit, and then it turns into a bar. It's like, I don't know. He's like oozes charisma. He's just fucking hanging off at everything that he says.
Yeah, he's got that. At this point, he's unlocked the level where he can almost do whatever he wants to at any point in time.
Yes.
That's the level of comfy that you want to be at.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels very natural.
Yeah.
And people have been saying this for years. This is what Ill Will is. And I thought 40 did really well as well. I really like listening to her shit. Like, I feel like she has a nice voice. She has a nice voice. It's nice to listen to 40 Bars rap.
Yep.
Shit. So, good battle. Wouldn't be surprised if that wins Battle of the Week.
Ooh.
But we shall see.
Wait and see.
Yes, I definitely remembered to patch BattleBot in this week for that. So while I deal with technical difficulties, maybe let's move it. Let's move it over to the United Kingdom. Oh shit.
Here we go.
Yeah, let's go to the UK. The UK number of drops, obviously, this week. Premier battles dropped. Thesaurus versus Bizzo Bond. Business Bond. Thesaurus versus Business Bond. I heard Bizzo took it comfortably. I heard Pete choked.
Yeah, he had a little bit of issues regarding that. He had a fantastic second round. I mean, classic Thesaurus second round. He did great with the material that he got out. It was fantastic, and it would have been an awesome battle if it was fully clean the whole way through. Bizzo definitely took all 3 rounds though.
Bong bong, no bias. Let's talk about. Wait, let's get there. With
that being said, though, too, I will say also the
Please.
first drop from Goda that I did on iBattle a month ago now, a little over a month ago, a couple months. Bizzo versus Appa drops tomorrow.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
Next
for
week.
anyone tuning in, make sure you check that out.
Very cool. So yes, staying in England, where the Ingles live.
Yep.
No Loose Chat dropped Tech versus Whispers. The return.
Welcome back, Whispers.
The return of Whispers. Very interesting. Patty's like, Whispers, yawn. Set it up. I'd like to see that.
Taken way out of context for a normal bodily function.
Let's go. We're gonna clip just this part. It's gonna be on Blood Feud. Great to see Whispers back. Obviously, he's got a stage presence and power and delivery that is very hard to match in the UK, especially. There's not a lot of people who are doing what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
I thought his third round, about like his Real Talk third round, was especially hitting. The shit about him not having his mother around, and he like praised that nobody can empathize. Was like, oof, talk.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy. And I thought Tech was having a lot of fun. I felt like he was, felt like an experienced vet just in there, just having a good time rapping. I don't know. What did you think? Let me just mute myself.
No, that's a pretty good way to look at it. I mean, this is Tech's. Tech had like an A-Ward number of battles this year. It seemed like he was on almost every card, and so it was a great way to finish off the year for him to be able to do that one and have that battle drop today. It was good to see Whispers back, right? Like him versus Yunnan, minus the issues that everyone was talking about. There was a lot of people that were saying he's got the ability to take the next step and make a name for himself when it comes. I mean, like you were saying, the energy is not matched by many people that are over there right now.
Yeah.
And so he has the tools that if he were to fine tune them, he'd be able to really make a name for himself. So
totally.
I think that this was a great way for him to sort of get back on the horse, and we'll see where he goes from here.
Yeah, definitely want to see how they invest in him and his growth going forward. But shouts out to No Loose Chat. Check them out. Subscribe, like, do all that good stuff. And let's get into it. The feast, the absolute 4-course meal, 5-course meal. Frankie Fraser versus Scoop, which you have already seen because you have the Patreon. But Frankie Fraser versus Scoop. Damn.
Magnificent.
Holy crap.
Absolutely superb.
These guys are doing it all. These guys are doing it all. And man, it's just a pleasure to listen to. I fucking, the shit that Frankie is saying, shit that Scoop was saying, like they both had amazing moments, great rapping, incredible punchlines and layered writing, and just the best shit, the best quality of battle rap that you can get. I don't know. What did you think?
Well, I was more excited to hear what you thought, because I don't know if it was the last week that I was on and I was talking about how, because we were discussing the teams and the format and what Frankie can do against Bobby, about like, especially with performance. And I said, wait till you see him versus Scoop, because he definitely turned it up.
Yeah.
And that's what I look at when I see Frankie versus Scoop. I see a confident Frankie Fraser, and that is a scary, scary battler to go up against. Totally. It started against Homeschool, but he improved on it when he battled Scoop. And I think that if he were to continue doing exactly what he's doing there, I mean, he just got announced versus JR for iBattle's first event.
Super fire.
So he'll
go crazy over there. He'll go crazy over there. I mean, that room will just eat him up. Like he'll go nuts. It's fucking 100%. Good shit.
And so
yeah,
it's him versus Scoop was great. It's one of my favorite battles that I saw throughout all of 2022.
Totally.
No recency bias.
Yeah. No recency bias. I mean, it's been a while. and you've seen many battles since then. You know, those of us who are just a YouTube fam, just catching up. But wow, Scoop is, yeah, really amazing. Like you said, Frankie's got his performance definitely under his belt. Feels like Ellipsis, watching Ellipsis get more and more comfortable.
Yeah.
Like it's that level of writing. Let's just be
Yeah.
real. It's like there's people who are writing on a level that it's like you listen and it's fucking crazy. You
Yeah.
have to rewind and listen back. And you know, not everybody does that. Lots of people, you know, simple, powerful punches, things like that. This shit is so good and so complex. It really feels like you're eating a meal. Like so much to pick apart each
Yeah.
line. And Scoop doing the same thing, you know, back to back punching, same dope shit, you know, like just fucking coming with haymakers, just coming with real talk haymakers sometimes. Doesn't always have to be the most intricate shit. I think that was the difference, probably, in my opinion. Frankie had a lot of really intricate, complex, impressive writing. And Scoop was to the point, and had a lot more rhythm to it. It had flow to it. It like
Yeah.
could
Yeah.
definitely
He has a
feel
very
that.
natural way of his cadence, sort of like for spoken word poetry that he does. I think it just naturally bleeds into when he performs for battle rap also. So it's just very fluid. It amazing cadence.
Yeah, sounds really good.
Now all we need to see is Ellipsis versus Frankie Fraser. Set
That's
it
the
up,
point.
because I think that Ellipsis, Homeschool, and Frankie are three of the most complex, well written, woven writers that are currently active right now. If not, that is the top three. And so Ellipsis has battled Homeschool, Homeschool's battled Frankie, Ellipsis, and like they've all battled each other except Ellipsis and Frankie now.
Right.
So
Hmm. Who are the best writers right now? That maybe another episode. We could dive into that. Who are the best writers in the world? Hmm.
write that down.
Okay, we'll do it. Yeah, just a really fun battle. Great drop from Premier. Expected to do loads of numbers because these guys are gems,
Yeah.
and definitely fucking just for the culture, that one.
And that's Scoop's warm up. That's him coming back after taking a lot of time off. So
Sweet. If he's back, let's go. Like, I mean, is that it, or like, are we gonna see
him
him again?
versus Georgie Roots is on one of these first two match days.
Okay, sick.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a fun year. We're gonna have a hell of a 2023.
You got that right.
Say that. Damn. Okay. Well, what else is going on here? Premier battles. No loose chat. Oh yes. Okay. From word on the streets, Fifth versus Queen Moda dropped today, and man, I don't know if you got a chance to peep this, but Fifth and Queen Moda are two of my favorites out of Nigeria.
Yeah, I watched that when it premiered.
For sure. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Man, I like Fifth a lot. I feel like his presence and his feels really comfortable out there. I thought Queen Moda was fucking on it.
So she's my favorite.
She was so good.
She is so good.
She was killing it. She had a lot of really great lines, but one of them that stuck out to me, which I thought was funny. But it was like, this guy's a pain in the ass, like having anal sex with a porcupine.
That was my least favorite.
I know, but I loved it. You know, I was like, oof, how does that even, we're having sex with a porcupine? Or are we having sex with a porcupine? I don't even know. I don't know where that goes.
Don't get me started on it.
Okay. But beyond that, she was punching. She was bars.
She's still my favorite.
Yeah, she really. I thought she did a really good job. I thought she diffused a lot of shit that he was saying. I think he came with that sort of like, oh Shay, I'm gonna like be really misogynist and talk about how you're a woman. What is it? You should just be like you were only made for making babies. That sort of like tangent, and it didn't hit. I don't think it hit so hard because she just like was firing back. So
And I can't remember who it was. Which one of them? I know that Queen Moda had said it, but I can't remember which one she was referring to. One of them wanted the rounds to be 2:30.
yeah.
Whichever
Yeah,
one,
fifth one of
fifth
them.
was the one that wanted them
Yeah.
shorter.
Or no, she wanted them. She wanted them shorter, and he wanted to go long.
Okay, her
Yeah,
making that call and saying that we should have 2 minute and 30 rounds. I think that that was amazing.
yeah.
I think
Super
that
good
that was
call.
a great fucking call because one of the only
Totally
things that I've talked about previously is that sometimes with Word on the Streets, those battles last for so
go
long.
long. Yeah,
It's
and a lot of it is stuff that is like relevant to the scene. Where I
yes,
like if there's some disconnect between a lot of fifth stuff, I felt like a lot of the stuff that he was talking about was stuff like I don't know who that is, or
mhm,
I'm not catching that. I wasn't there for that.
mhm.
So yeah, so I know totally underrated call to keep the length tight.
Yeah. I think that it made the battle better for it not being so long.
Yeah, it's dope.
Mhm.
Get my glasses out. But yeah, I mean, to see their evolution this year, shouts out to Battle Rap Nigeria and Word on the Streets, and um, how it felt like at the beginning of this year it was really heavy on the WhatsApp battles, and when they were doing live events, it was these big one rounders, like fucking 10-minute rounds,
Yeah.
one rounders that would go for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and now they've moved to the 3 round structure and and shortening the round times, so becoming a lot more accessible, I think, and digestible. So really cool to see what they do in 2023. You know, they got a fucking sizable roster over there, and I really want to see how their rankings pan out and what they do next year moving forward, because it looks like I don't know, it looks like they got their promo going really well. Like they're on
Mhm.
Twitter, they're on Instagram, they're killing it, and there's competitive leagues popping up all over Africa. I expect us to see a lot more from them
Yeah.
going forward.
Yeah.
Shit, nothing from Canada.
No. Yes. Set the Bar just dropped their their flyer for their new
Oh,
card
for Winter Warfare.
for Winter
Super
Warfare.
cool.
Yeah.
No drops from Canada though.
No drops.
Nothing. And then yeah, if you have drop to drop, then throw it on the subreddit and it will be nominated. But otherwise, kind of quiet. Kind of quiet for Canada, eh? Winter Warfare dropped. We covered it last episode, but the thing that we didn't cover, or that we didn't really know about, was G Show versus Chronic Walters.
Ah,
So that'll be something. I mean, G Show is G Show. The fucking show. Let's go.
yeah.
And definitely top tier in Vancouver right now. And he was health complications, health issues. He only had one battle last year, and then empty money. There was an issue with his opponent over in Washington. Otherwise, he would have had 2 battles this year. But I expect to see him. He's doing better. He made a
Mhm.
post about it, and that's really heartening. Because love that guy. Love that guy outside of the ring, but also great to see him inside the ring.
Yeah. It's healthier when he's in the ring, right? Like the culture itself. It just feels
Facts.
better when he's in there and taking part. So
And a part of it, salt of the earth guy, just like really love for the culture kind of guy. And that's fucking Chronic Walters too. Like Chronic Walters is also really cares about the art of battle rap, and he's been helping out with the Big Valley Battle stuff up in Kelowna. So really cool to see him, taking more of a leadership role in the battle rap culture in BC.
yeah.
Really exciting. Plus, he's fucking good. Plus, he's good, and he just battled Mike Wild in franchise. If he picks up some stuff from both of those guys, um, he can do what G Show can't do. He can do uh, like the rapping stuff. He's more musical. He can do that
Yes.
stuff that G Show's not really. That's not where his expertise is.
Hmm.
But otherwise, heater match. Rest
Yeah.
of the card is development stuff, I think.
Yeah. I think was it Red Shirt Mike and Kid Savage?
That's dope.
Um, can't remember. Can't remember the other ones. There was another one that I remember looking at and being like, "Oh yeah, Gobi One has another battle." His opponent, I don't know his opponent. I can't recall ever seeing him, but
oh yeah, Mr. S. He came. He was in Kelowna. He did good versus Nuxie.
oh, excellent.
So yeah, so shouts out to him. Shouts out to him. I'll be in his corner. Let's fucking go, out of towners. But Gobi's really dope too, and I hope Gobi kills it. And Redshirt Mike is not to be slept on either. He's probably one of the best performers in BC in terms of like projection and controlling the room.
And definitely one of the most tenured when it comes to battling.
Truly,
Right?
yeah.
You have to be battling a long time to have 3 different names in it. So
Facts. Facts. This one's the best one though. Love you. We love you on the show.
yeah,
Like friend of the show.
Stick with this name.
So yeah, definitely much respect. He doesn't get enough credit for his talent in the ring, but outside the ring as well. Appreciate everything that he does. Canada, maybe we'll see you next week. Maybe you got some more shit for us. But I think that's game.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
We didn't really talk about Real Sikh and Twork. We didn't really talk about that.
Oh yeah, that was in the title, hey?
Yeah.
Shit.
All right, hey, let's talk about it right now, real quick.
Let's do it.
Great battle. Go watch it.
Amazing battle. You have to see it to believe it. But how great for both of these guys who, for different reasons, people love Twork and want to see him do well. People love Real Sikh and want to see him like elevate, get to that level where, you know, like Jay the Nightwing had that blow up where everybody's like, oh, actually, this guy's fucking amazing. And instantly he gets that status. You know, Real Sikh, I feel like he's been doing that, you know, with the Pat Stay battle and like the big name battles that he's had, but not really cemented in the terms of like classics, in my thinking.
Yeah.
Culture. Whereas this one feels like, okay, you and Twork gave something brilliant to the culture right here. Yeah. So encapsulated my entire feelings about this battle. But yeah, I mean, is there anything else that you think we should?
I think that it's a return for 2 different reasons, right? Twork is having a return from his issues with remembering his material, and Sikh is having his return from arguably getting bodied by K-Shine. So having both of them have great performances afterwards, I mean, you can never judge someone off of their last battle performance, right? You never know what they're going to come with the next time around.
You never know, but we will try, and we will judge, and we will argue, and that's what makes the show great.
Every single time.
Facts. So for Battle of the Week this week, December 26th to January 1st, 2022 to 2023. I don't know how we're going to code that, but we've got C3 versus Jeddah, Fifth versus Queen Moda, Ill Will versus 40 Bars versus Fawns, Tech versus Whispers, Bill Collector versus Rosenberg Raw, Clone versus Excel, Bonnie Godiva versus Caution, XQZ versus Mo Menace, Frankie Fraser versus Scoop, 40 Bars versus Chirac. Versus
Chirac.
Young Roe versus LMR franchise from Verbal Warzone. Shouts out to the guy posting Verbal Warzone stuff. GS versus Funeral, and Bizzo Bond versus Pete. And the winner is, for the winner of the Battle of the Week, do you have BattleBot? Do you have the winner? I know you took last week off, but
I know which one it is in.
The winner of Battle of the Week is
Will versus 40 Bars.
Yeah, it's not much of a surprise with that one.
Yeah, that's a good one. I mean,
that's like the week of Nitty and A-Ward. It's, what the Battle of the Week is the second that.
Yeah, I mean, you're watching it and it just feels like this is top tier shit. This is like the highest quality in entertainment. Ill Will is just, exudes that charisma, that entertainment value. and 40 is just so classic, so good, such a great performance, just amazing shit.
Yeah,
Top
I have Frankie and Scoop as a close. I feel like it's close in that regard. I didn't expect Frankie and Scoop to win, but I bet that BattleBot had it close.
Yeah, it must have been really difficult for BattleBot to vote against a British battle because he likes
I
them
guess
so much.
he's British, I guess too. That shouldn't play a factor in.
It shouldn't. I mean, we've calculated for that, right? We input his polymetric. So that
You've calculated for that.
right.
I want no part of that robot ever. Don't include me in anything.
Well, you know, we made sure that the wires go correctly, so that shouldn't be an issue. We've calculated that from the mainframe. So, anyways, great show, the best show ever, possibly. Watch them all and debate with your friends.
Yep. Well done. Good plug.
Thank you. That's all for this week. Be sure to tune in next week. Remember to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and join the Discord link in the sidebar. It's going crazy in there. They have Discord battles, all sorts of crazy shit. That's where Appa came from. Hey, Appa's one of Appa's first battles on this channel, so don't sleep. I would never ask you to like and subscribe this video or the last week's video, which was very difficult. Me and Kai had to join forces like Voltron and overcome not having Pat around. It was devastating, especially to join forces like Voltron when there's only two of us. It's just
probably pretty difficult.
It's logistically. Anyways, but yeah, follow us all. Follow us until the ends of the earth, and we will be there next week with a brand new show. My name's Copacetic.
My name's Pathogenic.
And we will see you next week.
Next week, we'll probably see you. That's next week.